criminal or not.
Let me take you back to Ferguson, Missouri, and the case there against Officer Darren Wilson. He shot and killed Michael Brown. He said it was in self-defense, and you came out publicly and said it wasn't in self-defense, that there was no deadly threat to Officer Darren Wilson. The DOJ found that was not correct. They could find no evidence that he was not in fear of his life and exonerated him. Do you feel bad about what you said?
No, don't the story the DOJ said. The DOJ said they did not find evidence to prosecute him on civil rights.
They said there was no reason to disbelieve, no evidence to disbelieve his story. He was in fear of his life.
They said that he was not in violation of civil rights and that they found no evidence that he was in fear or that he was not in fear.
No, they said there was no evidence to disprove his statement that he was in fear of his life. So we're stopping here for a moment because this is a key point, and one a lot of people missed or glossed over in the hot debate after a grand jury decided not to indict Officer Darren Wilson after the DOJ came out and said they didn't have the case against him. The report from the Department of Justice specifically says the following. On page 11, quote, "The evidence does not support finding that Wilson was unreasonable in his fear that Michael Brown would once again attempt to harm him and gain control of his gun." And again on page 12, quote, "There is no reliable evidence to disprove Officer Wilson's belief that he feared for his safety." That's from the Department of Justice. Let's pick it up again with Reverend Al.
Well, first of all, if the DOJ said that, then that is contrary to what eyewitnesses and others who called us into Ferguson, mind you, Megyn,
but they investigated that.
Can I finish answering your question? I thought you asked one. When we talked to the witnesses and put them on my television show, they told us what they saw. So if I say what I believe to be the case based on talking to several witnesses, I should apologize for what?
My question is, because now that's been disproven.
What has been, first of all, if the DOJ gets new evidence and is not disproven, I stated what I believe. When you get on TV every night and state what you believe to be.
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
Well, I do. I state what I
know, because you're an opinion guy. I'm a journalist.
Well, I'm an opinion. You just answered your own question. I'm an opinion guy.
Okay, but when your opinion is proven to be wrong by the Department of Justice, Barack Obama's Department of Justice, and a man's life is ruined. I mean, Darren Wilson has no job. He has no life. He hasn't been rehired. Do you bear some responsibility?
If you and I talk to the same witnesses and the DOJ talks to the same witnesses and they don't believe them and you and I do, it doesn't make us wrong. It means.
But you don't talk to all the witnesses. The DOJ does. They get people in there, and it can be a crime to lie to an FBI agent. It's not a crime to lie to Reverend Al.
Megyn, calm down.
Now watch it with calm down.
There's something wrong with.
Ask Bill O'Reilly about that. I had to lecture him on that one himself.
Go by what you said. If I talk to witnesses and I believe them, DOJ may talk to more witnesses. But then you can't come and ask me to apologize for believing something that I was not privy to.
Okay, so you're just going back to the moment.
But anyway,
I'm talking about after the fact.
But
after the fact,
when
the DOJ comes back to you and says you're wrong, why don't you apologize at that point?
Apologize for believing it?
For what you said, for telling the world that there was no deadly threat when there was.
But I said what I believe.
Did you correct the record?
Did I correct what record?
Did you go on your television program and report to the world what the DOJ had actually found?
I've reported what the DOJ said.
About the death of Michael Brown.
I don't know that I stated the line you want, but you didn't see me out there protesting afterward, did you? Did you?
I think that's a good place to wrap. How about that? And now